going to learn is conquest of Bengal, right? You are looking at a photograph. He is Alivardi Khan. Naturally, you will think, you have already started to think who is he or who was he. Actually, Alivardi Khan was the Nawab of Bengal, right? He was earlier used to work under the Mughal emperor because Bengal was a part of Mughal empire. But when Mughal emperor became very weak, such provincial heads, declared themselves as an independent ruler or behaved as an independent ruler. One of such person was Alivardi Khan, and he became the Nawab of Bengal. Now, we are going to learn how Bengal was captured or controlled by the British. You have already learned yesterday in online class that British had occupied Carnatic. Now, after that, the company wanted to control Bengal because Bengal was a very rich province in those days, and company wanted to extend her trade activities and political powers to control Bengal. Alivardi Khan did not allow freedom to the company, right? He was not in favor to give freedom to the company as Carnatic Nawabs had given them in early stage. On the other hand, company wanted to extend his power. So this was a matter of the tussle or conflict between two. This Alivardi Khan was very popular in Bengal. He was a good administrator, but he from very beginning followed a policy of keeping European merchants away from the freedom. He wanted to see Europeans under control and as a trading company. But after his death, Siraj-ud-Dowla became the ruler and company began to extend her influence in Bengal, and it also became the cause of the conflict between two. Stepwise, the company began to proceed towards gaining control over whole Bengal, and it led to the Battle of Plassey later on. How the company had conquered Bengal, this is the subject matter of this topic, conquest of Bengal. Actually, the British company wanted to capture the rich province of Bengal, while Nawab had not allowed to them to do it. Nawab of Bengal, Alivardi Khan, never allowed freedom for trade to the company, and he wanted to keep the company under control. The British began to disobey the Nawab and extended the fort in Calcutta. You know, fort means here a palatial building that was the trade center of the British. He began to extend his area without the permission of Bengal king Siraj-ud-Dawla. As per the law, as per the rule, before the extension of the fort, it was necessary to get the permission from Nawab, but British did not take any such type of permission. So Siraj-ud-Dawla went to Calcutta to stop fortification and took over Calcutta. Having seen this, the British officer Robert Clive, who was stationed at the time at Madras, moved from there with 1,200 sepoys and 900 European soldiers to Calcutta. When they reached Calcutta, a place is there that is called Palasi, that is between Calcutta and Murshidabad. A fierce fighting took place between two, and this battle was known as the Battle of Palasi, in which Nawab was defeated and Bengal was captured. Bengal power was captured or controlled. Nawab was removed. Siraj-ud-Dawla was killed in the battlefield later on, and a new king was installed by the British. In this way, Bengal was brought under control or conquered by the British. This is the story of the conquest of Bengal. Have you understood? In this way, again, I am repeating, the British company wanted to capture rich province of Bengal, while Nawab of Bengal Alivardi Khan and Siraj-ud-Dawla did not want to give freedom for trade to the British Dawla, you see. So Nawab of Bengal Alivardi Khan did not allow the British to trade freely in Bengal. The British began to disobey Nawab, and he extended fort in Calcutta without the permission of Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dawla. So it was natural that Siraj-ud-Dawla went to Calcutta to stop fortification and took over Calcutta. Since Calcutta, fort was of the British, when it was captured by Siraj-ud-Dawla, Robert Clive began to visit towards were there, Indian soldier who used to fight on behalf of the British, and 900 European soldiers were there. And Battle of Plassey took place, in which Nawab was defeated, and in this way Bengal was conquered. Actually, one more battle was fought which finalized the ultimate control, establishment of ultimate power of the British in Bengal, and that battle was the Battle of Buxar. So now you have to read more 2 points, one about the Battle of Plassey and other is the Battle of Buxar. First, I am going to discuss about the Battle of Plassey. You have to know what were the causes. What were the causes of the Battle of Plassey and what were its result or consequences. Let me to discuss first the causes of the Battle of Plassey. First, growing ambition of the British company. Actually, British company has very strong desire to extend his influence in Bengal. He wanted to trade freely in Bengal because Bengal was very rich province. He wanted to get more and more income from there. While the Nawab of Bengal had followed the policy to keep the Europeans away from their freedom. They did not allow them to trade freely in Bengal. Third cause was fortification of Calcutta by the British Company without the permission of Nawab. Third cause was the extension of fort or fortification, extension of fort area of Calcutta by the British without the permission of Nawab. Because when the company started the fortification, it was just a challenge to the sovereignty or supreme power to the Nawab. Because Nawab was the head of Bengal, company was foreigner, they were stationed there. So to do any work on the land of Nawab, it was necessary to seek permission from him. But this was ignored by the company and he started fortification. So Nawab took some army troop and moved towards Calcutta to stop fortification and to get control over Calcutta. And it was also one of the cause which disgraced the British because their fort and area was again seized by Sirajud-Dowlah. Okay? One more cause is there. In the meantime, Robert Clive, the governor of British Company Army, started to move towards Calcutta from Madras with a troop or with army to recapture Calcutta. And this was the main cause of tussle between two. On one hand, company wanted to control Calcutta, capture Calcutta. On other hand, Nawab did not allow to do it. When Robert Clive reached here, he made a conspiracy with the commander of Mir Jafar army, Sirajud-Dowlah army. Mir Jafar was the commander of army of Sirajud-Dowlah. He made a plot, conspiracy he did, in which he was lured. Temptation was given to Mir Jafar that after the war, he would be made the Nawab of Bengal. And Mir Jafar wanted to be so. It was his ambition. And it is why Mir Jafar bribed the army of Nawab, did not give support. And in this way, in the Battle of Plassey, Nawab was defeated, and this was the end of Battle of Plassey. And Mir Jafar was made the, now you are looking at here, there the fierce fighting took place, but due to the traitor's role, Mir Jafar role, within hours the battle was over and the result was in favor of the British. Okay, so in this way, this was the end of Battle of Plassey, and these are the causes of the Battle of Plassey. I repeat, cause in short. First, growing ambition of the British Company to extend her power in Bengal. Second, Nawab did not allow them to get freedom in trade because they followed the policy to keep Europeans away from the freedom or on their land. Third, fortification of Calcutta done by the British without the permission of Nawab. Fourth, taking Calcutta under control by the Nawab. Fourth, fifth, recapturing of Calcutta by Robert Clive. And last one, the highly ambitious Mir Jafar. I mean, role of Mir Jafar as the traitor. And in this way, the battle was fought, and due to the deceiving, cheating, or treason, Bengal battle, the result of Bengal battle of Plassey went into the side of British. Now, fortification. Fort means peristyle building. Fort was made by the British company. Actually, this was just like where there was the factory, they used to make the fort. Fortification means extension of the area. They make their building strong. They extended their compound premises to save them from other European power. They wanted to keep themselves safe. So they began to extend their area. This is called fortification. Okay. Now next is a result of Battle of Plassey. Two things are very important here. First, what were the causes of the Battle of Plassey? And second, a result of Plassey, consequences of Plassey. Right? In your book, 2-3 lines are given, but you have to point out, you have to write, or you have to know minimum 4-5 points, because this is very important from the examination point of view. So point wise I am discussing, you should learn carefully. First, result. The Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dawla, was defeated. First, the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dawla, was defeated. First. Second, the British company consolidated his position. What does mean here? Consolidated. I mean strengthened, to make strong his position. The British company strengthened their position in Bengal. I mean became the important element of Bengal, important power in Bengal. Third, Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal after Siraj-ud-Dawla, because Siraj-ud-Dawla was defeated and killed. Third. Fourth, Mir Jafar, who was made the king by the British in Bengal, he gave a huge amount of money and 24 Parganas area. It is a district in Bengal nowadays. 24 Pargana of Bengal was given as the gift to the British company, because British company had installed him as a king. Now, fifth point, this victory of the company in Battle of Plassey laid the beginning of British rule in Bengal. Right? This was the first time when the company got success, and the company became capable to make or appoint the ruler of Bengal. Company became the kingmaker in Bengal. This power was stored by the company. So in this way, these are the 5 results of the Battle of Plassey. I repeat, first, the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dawla, was defeated. First. Second, the British company consolidated or strengthened their position in Bengal. Third, Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. Fourth, he gave a huge amount of money and 24 Parganas of Bengal as a gift to the British company. And fifth, it laid the beginning of British rule in Bengal and later on in India. I think it is clear. There should not be any kind of difficulty in understanding. If you have, you will raise the question. Okay. Now next is Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar. Okay. In this point, you will learn the results. Now, you learn there were some causes of the Battle of Buxar that was fought in 1764 between Mir Qasim and the British. Mir Qasim was the ruler of Bengal. When Mir Jafar did not pay attention toward the demand of the British after the Battle of Plassey, he was removed from the post, and one new king was set up on the post. He was Mir Qasim. Since Mir Qasim was made the ruler by the British, so British wanted to rule Bengal as per their own instruction. He did not want to see any independent ruler in Bengal. Have you understood? Since Mir Qasim was made the king by the company, so company wanted to get all the works done by Nawab or in the name of Nawab. Whether it was legal or illegal, it was in favor of the Indian or not, it was another matter. All the works he wanted to get done by the Bengal Nawab. I mean, the British wanted to set up a puppet government. Puppet governments, the government which is not free to do the work as per their own way, who is handled or controlled by others. No? So Mir Qasim did not want to be a puppet government. It means he wanted to do the work as the independent ruler. His strong desire was that Nawab to do as he was dictated by the British to do the work as a under controlled ruler, while Mir Qasim disliked it. Second, Mir Qasim was not ready to be the puppet in the hands of the British. Third, he wanted to be independent ruler of Bengal. He wanted to get complete control over Bengal without any help of the British, without any interference of British. He wanted to run the system in Bengal. While on the other hand, this type of freedom was not given by the company, right? So some works were done by the Nawab that annoyed the British, right? What he did, he checked some power of the British officials in Bengal. It enraged the British. Second, the Nawab gave the equal trade facilities to the British and Indian merchants. As you know, or you should know, that in Bengal, more facilities were given to the company. That was a matter of harm of Indian merchants. When Mir Qasim became the king, he removed this type of differences, and he gave the equal facilities to both British and Indian merchants. And this action of Mir Qasim annoyed the British because British did not want to see the equal facilities of Indian merchants, and it led the conflict. So he took decision to remove Mir Qasim and he attacked. And in this way, this became the cause of the Battle of Buxar. Okay. Now next day, I will